Hi, welcome to day one of Rapid plus TCT. I'm Brandon Ribic, the Technology Director at America Makes, and I'm joined here today by Jake from Pinnacle X-Ray Solutions. Hi Jake, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Good, I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here on day one. And have you seen anything interesting on the floor today, or any of the talks?
I haven't been able to walk around too much yet, but it looks like there's a lot of great booths, and actually really interested in a lot of the post-processing stuff that we're starting to get a little more involved with from the back-end portion of it on the inspection side, but there's a lot of great products here.
Yeah, so I mean, I hear inspection, and immediately what you're saying, downstream operations, thinking about certifying the product, right? Understanding acceptability. So what are you working on at Pinnacle X-Ray Solutions? What role are you playing in that space?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have kind of a dual company. So we have both our inspection service lab, where folks will send us in individual parts or lots of parts, and we'll do the certified inspection and hand it back a report that says either it's accepted or rejected based on specific criteria. We do a lot of consulting services with the lab as well, so helping folks understand if those industry-wide standards aren't in place, helping them understand what's important and what they really need to look for. And on top of that, then we also have the manufacturing site. So I have a dual role where I manage the inspection service lab, and then I also do sales for the Southeast on the capital equipment. So we do both standard and custom X-ray inspection equipment.
Cool. So when you say X-ray, most folks in the additive world think X-ray CT. Is it that, or is it I'll call it old school radiography? Or
yeah, no, absolutely. We've been known quite a bit with actually powder removal, which you can do with just a simple 2D inspection method, as opposed to the full-blown CT, which most folks are really interested about, because there's obviously a lot of data you can gain from the CT data, the computed tomography data. So we use it a lot for reverse engineering, porosity, crack detection. There's a lot of different use cases you can use for CT. Sometimes you can just use the old school 2D method and it's just enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that's tremendous to hear that you're not only using it as an inspection technology, you're addressing the needs from the metrology perspective. And you mentioned trap powder. Now, there's a lot of different industries where that's a useful capability. Are you seeing that more in the aerospace sector or medical, or?
Yeah, traditionally our customer base has been primarily focused around the aerospace industry, but now that additives continuing to grow as an overall industry, obviously gaining a lot of traction now, we're seeing it from medical, oil and gas, automotive. We're seeing it in a lot of different industries at this point.
Yeah. Are you? So I mean, in terms of the work you're doing, things you're seeing that are out on the horizon, maybe in the next few years, that are important to you and your organization.
Yeah.
Are there things there that you're seeing? I mean, given all the growth we're hearing, the people that are here today. Yeah,
absolutely. So it's really interesting. Actually, a lot of what we've been seeing as of lately is a need for really high energy X-ray CT. So up to traditionally in the microfocus range or with the lower energy, you can be in the what we call 150 to 225 kV range.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing with the introduction of more coppers, nickel-based alloys, refractory metals, we're having to go all the way up to 15 MeV or million electron volts, which is very, very high energy.
Yeah.
So the need to be able to penetrate really dense and thick items is becoming more and more apparent.
No, that's really exciting. I think also that presents a couple of challenges from like the installation perspective as well, right? You have to have proper safety measures in place and the right facilities to house that type of equipment. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of state and federal requirements that you have to meet. And once you go to the higher energy, a lot of times you're dealing with a vault that could potentially become part of the structure, and then that's different than a cabinetized system. So there is quite a few things that you have to consider when installing the equipment.
That's great. No, that's interesting. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure to meet you, Jake. I really have appreciated the time and you sharing this with me, and so I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. And thank you all.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, pleasure.